Okay viewers, so I promised you a little bit of history about the Holland Track. So this little section that I'm on now is just one of the side tracks. It goes down to a place called Devil's Rocks, which actually is part of it just in over there. You can see it's just a flat rocky area. So back in the 1800s there was a gold rush up around the Coolgardie area, and all the fortune seekers from over Melbourne and Adelaide, Sydney and that, they'd all catch a boat down to Albany, and from Albany they'd work their way up to, I think they might have gone to Perth or something, and like they'd catch a train and then they'd have to catch a train into, or make their way into Coolgardie. So John Holland, he lived in Broome Hill, and the train line went through Broome Hill, but then it diverted the long way around to Coolgardie. So he thought if he could make a track directly from Broome Hill to Coolgardie, the miners could use that track, and it'll cut 2 weeks off their journey. And he also thought that if they're all catching the train to Broome Hill and getting off and then horse back to Coolgardie on his track, that it'd bring a lot of people to Broome Hill, where the local farmers would be able to sell their produce more and all that sort of thing. So he got a few blokes together. There was 4 of them all together, and they built this track. It took them 2 months and 4 days, which apparently was a pretty impressive feat for back in the day. And I think it was 18,000 people a year, or 18,000 people altogether, or something like that, ended up using this track. It was quite a busy track, all on horse and like cart, and they'd cart supplies up there and water, and the miners would go up there on horses and that. Anyway, it only lasted for 3 years because the railways actually ended up building a railway line from Albany to Coolgardie, so they'd all just catch the train from then on. But John Holland was never recognised for the work he'd done. He was never paid for any of it, and his track basically was just left, and the southern section, which is the section I'm doing now, was overtaken by wheat farmers and grazing farmers and all that sort of thing, and the northern section was just left and reclaimed by the bush. So in 1992, a group of four-wheel drivers decided that it was a pretty important part of history, and they decided they'd reopen the track. So, as I said, most of the southern section was overtaken by farmers and that, but there were still sections of the track that were used as road. So when the four drivers decided to reopen the track, they just obviously they had to divert it in a few sections because they couldn't cut through farmers' property and that sort of thing. So a lot of the southern section now actually follows tarmac, like main road. Well, not a lot of it on main road, but a lot of it follows major roads, dirt and gravel roads, that sort of thing, until you get to Hyden, and then it goes off track and goes into four-wheel drive territory. So that's about all that I know about it from what I've read and what I can remember reading. But I've got to tell you, this is one of the most confusing tracks I have ever done. Because it's called the John Holland Way, and it doesn't exactly follow the track, but then there are little sections that do follow the track, like this one in particular. But this one you can only drive down it, and then you have to do a U at the bottom and turn around and drive back. So you'll get, here we go, back out onto the road. So you'll get, this is what most of it is so far anyway. Most of it has been this type of road. But you'll get to an intersection and there'll be signs saying John Holland Way that way, Holland's Track that way. If I read the Explore Oz maps, they're saying to go a different way, and if I read the little map that I got here from the Broome Hill Shire offices, that tells me to go a different way, and it's all over the shop. And I think they might have actually changed the original route of the John Holland Way or whatever, but it's really doing me head in. It's very confusing, and half the time I don't even know if I'm on the right road or the right track or whatever. So thank God I've got my little HEMA thing there, and I can just follow that to basically follow the basic route of it. I haven't actually been lost at any stage. I'm always on the right track, but it's just very confusing, and I wish you can buy a little book. It's called the Holland Track, John Holland Track or something like that, and it's actually got a detailed track note and all the side tracks of things to go and see and all that sort of thing, because I think I'm missing a few things on some of the side tracks as well. It's not very well signposted, so I really wish I had bought that little book now, and would have really seen a lot more of it. But anyway, that's the way it goes. I actually did a bit of a detour into a town called Newdigate. I think that's how you pronounce it, Newdigate. I should have took a photo of me naked at the sign, shouldn't I? Newdigate. Anyway, I went in there and I tried the local roadhouse to get the book. They didn't have it, and I tried the post office. They didn't have it either, so I haven't got it. Anyway, I just had a little stop for lunch back down that track that we just come out of, and back on the road again. So a couple of hours driving, and I'll start looking for somewhere to camp, and hopefully tonight I can have a campfire and do me chili mussel concoction. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll let you know how it goes.